Greetings and salutations, exiles. As always, we start the video in pitch black, where you can't see where you are, and you have no idea what you're doing, because that's typically how we roll here in the land of exiles. Oh, and we're encumbered. I was going to start this video off by repairing my torch. So a couple thoughts. One is I just spent a couple hours lifting weights at the gym, and I was thinking about rewarding content. You know, what could I share with my 41 subscribers? You know, that would be interesting and they would enjoy. So I'll start by kind of shaping a scenario or shaping. So after trying to improve my body, lifting weights and following the Conan ideology of the riddle of steel, right? Because if you're pumping iron, that's part of the riddle of steel. I came home and poured me a glass, or I should say, I poured me a rum and coke in my steel Yeti green OD green cup, and I'm going to share with you with a couple ideas that there we go, a couple ideas that kind of want to shape or what I want to dive into and kind of re-explore the mechanics. You know, they've nerfed. So the big thing about this game, I don't know if many of you know, but the big piece of this game is the thralls. You know, the thralls are like the center foundation for this game, and they've nerfed the thralls so much that I'm sorry, they've kind of restructured the thralls so much to where the alpha thralls, like the bandit leader, are no longer relevant in the game. And then and the Sumerian Berserker, it's always, you can tell that's kind of up there on the top of their pecking list, is the kind of what they value most, because they gave it a little buff. It got a buff. Well, he just does his own thing. He's like, I'm a Berserker. I do what I want. But so there's a few things I want to kind of revisit. I want to revisit the Relic Hunter, because I noticed that she got a buff also. She's at 7425, which is at top, but I don't think she does the alpha damage. And another thing I noticed is she holds the weapon really weird. And what's funny is they have these tier, you can turn in these hearts. I was really super excited about the whole gorilla. I do hope they add who is he? Blacksmith. That's tempting. Oh, I just let him hit me too. Wow, she killed him quick. Oh, look at the aggro. Good aggro. That's what I like to see, is strong. But look how she holds the sword backwards. And I notice that the Sumerian Berserker does not hold the weapon backwards. I think it's interesting. And then when I equipped the truncheon to her, she wouldn't use the truncheon. And so they've changed some of the script. They've cut and paste some of the script of some of these. That's what I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's, you spend enough time with thralls and their characteristics. Like the Sumerian Berserker has its own AI, because as soon as you equip anything else to him, he glitches out. But he dominates with a two-handed weapon, any two-handed weapon. But you put a shield and a mace, he's not going to do it. But when all those thralls were glitched out, they wouldn't finish the combos. The Berserker would absolutely do the combo. It was like he was engineered to use two-handed weapons. And so, kind of in that thought process, I think they've kind of changed some of the script around on some of these thralls and kind of rebalanced them to get them to where they need to be. And I don't know, individually what your guys' play style are, or what you're kind of going for your build. I used to go for these giant bases, and I don't really do that anymore. I kind of go for like the hunting experience. I kind of go for the adventure thing now. But before, I kind of was more dialed into the crafting. And I guess that's, I talked about this previously in my videos, the 3 pillars of Exiles. definitely, the three pillars are, for you if you don't know or haven't watched my other videos, it's the building mechanics, right? Because it's all, the tiered system all is revolves around those building structures. It is the exploration system, or the I guess like the PVE world exploration system, and then it is the PvP portion of it as well. That is an absolute pillar. And when you play a PvE server, in a way, you're handicapping one of those. You're handicapping one of those pillars, because like your avatars, they won't work. You can't wreck somebody's base. And of course, all of that takes significantly balance. But I gotta say, Rob has just done wonders with the game. He really is. I was thinking about doing a meme, and in my meme, I was thinking about doing, and if one of the viewers wants to do this, as I was thinking about doing a meme, and be like, it would have like the Conan load screen, or one of those Conan, generic box covered images where, and then it would be like on the side, it would have, the most powerful deities, or the most powerful avatars in Conan Exiles, and then it would have Crom at the top with no picture, right? It would just say Crom, and then underneath that it would be Rob the Swede, because he's kind of taken over the game design or the game development, and then under that it would be Yogg, and then Mitra, and then and then follow the rest of the avatars, and then under that it would have some of the in-game, because of course the font, like they would have pictures of the actual avatar, and they would get smaller as they become less powerful. And then down at the bottom, eventually it would just turn to text, and then down at the bottom it would have that retarded imp boss, the one that wears the frying pan on his head. That would be down there at the very bottom, and then underneath that it would be Eric, the community manager, at the very, very bottom. That was my idea for a meme, and just kind of poke fun, like who contributes the most to the project. Eric does a fantastic job, managing the community, but I don't know how big of a he does more for blocking posts than he does, trying to keep a positive influence, than he does actually hardcore game mechanics, game design, getting into the weeds, or looking at systems like I do. The way I kind of look at systems. It's all about Rob, and I don't know if those of you know that, but if you watch the last stream, he's the guy sitting over. It'll be your left. The bald guy. That's Rob, and he's just done so much for the game. And so I don't know if you the community realizes that, but always leave whenever Rob says something, appreciate it, because he actually plays the game. He's a player like us. Probably got thousands of hours into it. So it's just something. Oh, I see somebody. Look, is that a walker? What is that? Is that a walker? It's just kind of weird how that was off to the side there by. So my goal here is to get one of those. There's two goals I have. I'm going to transition into topics, but two goals. One is I want to get one of these legendary pickaxes, and reason being, I gotta sneeze. Oh, it's right there. Excuse me. So reason being is I'm curious if a legendary pickaxe will farm star metal without exploding it. I have a suspicion it might, just from if I was a designer, I would have one thing that would mine star metal without the complexity of blowing up orbs and doing all the hoo-ha, you know what I mean? And so if it's a legendary weapon, it might work. And so that's one aspect I want to test out. So I don't know if any of you have had the opportunity. You can always chime in on the forums and kind of leave your feedback on what you think, if you think it will or won't, or Just kind of a recap also. The 4 bat caves are right here. There's 4 of them total. You have the Binyakin, the Scraps, the Gel Roots, and the Lockstone Cave. The Lockstone Cave is where you get the bow recipe. I'm sorry, the arrow recipes, like the Fire Spark Bleed arrows. The Gel's Roost. I think that's the one where you get the Captain American shield. And the only one that actually gives you the legendary tools is this one up here, the Ben Sinkins Seal or whatever. Yeah, we know I'm retarded, but anyways, the tallest cave up here is the one that gives you your legendary tools, and I've probably killed 8 of these bats, and or no, I'm sorry, birds. And what I like about them, and the kind of the synergy is they drop feathers, and feathers. There's a few places in the map where you can get feathers, but it seems like you deplete the spawn on the other ones pretty quickly. But here it's abundance of feathers. So if you're playing the bow arrow game, like if you're gonna do healing arrows and all that stuff, it is. Here's a good indicator to test if somebody's been here. Let's just loot the chest. Oh, no one's been here in a while. See, now I know no one has been here for at least an hour. Man, these daggers. Can I put a bleed on her? No, it's not P. That's how I can tell if it's PvP time. If I can put a bleed on my thrall. So if I hit it with the pickaxe, I'll get brimstone, and brimstone is one of those I can never have enough brimstone. So what I need to do is I need to time how long it takes. Bear with me here. Let me get I think it's called Snaz. Yeah, Snaz is the app that I use to I gotta go to Chronos, reset, okay, and then I wish I could hotkey that. Okay. And I'll time how long it takes for the. This is not my typical fight, so the metrics are going to be different. Usually, I use the bat boss in the unnamed city to kind of get my basis of how long it takes to kill something. The alpha damage that something has. Okay, see if she aggroes. I'm gonna have to alt tab, so I might be. Okay, there we go. Alt tab, right? Start. Okay. Oh, there's the timer. Oh wow, I got kind of beat up there, and I forgot to bring food too. But Wow, 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 wow. Is that not a boss? That's not a boss. Okay, I thought that was the boss. Okay, let me reset this. You know what? My dumbass forgot to bring food. I just realized that, and it's extremely cold. So let me stop the timer. In the dark, it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell, but I got plenty of food. Here we go. I got bugs. You can always count on bugs, right? You can always count on bugs. I got a little bit of food. Might have to make a fire. I might have to run outside, make a little campfire. Okay, I managed that poorly. What a noob. I got all excited and I had all these thoughts saved up in my mind. So he's down there. Watch. See him down there? That's the one. So he's kind of got a black color. Okay. So he howled. Let me reset the snaz. Okay. Reset. Got to kind of do this in such a way that he's going to come up. Okay, he's coming for me. I'm going to tag him, roll, and then alt-tab. There we go. Okay. Okay, is she going for attack? She aggroed. Okay, she attacked. I'm a little off. I apologize. Okay, start. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if let me OBS. It's a little okay. 7 seconds. So I'm gonna be a few seconds off. You'll be able to kind of figure out what it is. But At least I'm developing a basis, right? Let me get the. That's a mean looking how. Look at that beat. It's got like two. I think they use the same mechanic as the Bat Boss. She's taking quite a bit of damage, but I don't really have good armor on her. So, man, I did a really good job with the art design. It looks very demonic. I really want to try a Yeti out on this thing. You know, I really. But I like how, man, she's just getting wrecked. 7,500 hit points is really isn't all that impressive. Let me see. Oh, I don't want. Interesting. Okay, half. Oh, I took a hit on that. So I got to kind of focus on my. If I drink water, I'm in trouble. Hopefully, I get a pickaxe and I can bounce. But they do have a loot table, which I'm kind of curious about. I might have to get on a single player and just summon a bunch, and then kind of experiment with the loot table a little bit. Trying to get my health back. So basically, it took Half-Life, almost half her life, to get him. I know the Sumerian Berserker has. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was horrible. Okay, so what are we at here? Stop. Okay, so maybe minute 45. Minute 45. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the video here, and then I'm gonna do another video on Star Metal, and with a legendary pickaxe, pick Star Metal. Alright, as always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, leave comments and feedback. You know, criticism. I'm not one of these guys that gets pissed when I have a dislike or a like. You know, I sometimes I look at it and laugh, because some people get dislikes because they dislike the negative change in the game. They're not disliking my video. So it's interesting what constitutes a dislike or a like. But if you enjoy this type of commentary, you know, me just being real about things, you know, share my work. You know, I'm sure, as many of you know, Google is kind of pushing an agenda, and they're kind of pushing the content that they want to push. And so I'm pretty sure that my content isn't monetized, so they don't really push my stuff. But as always, be critical. All right, thank you for watching.